Yeah. Okay, go into the extension office.
Um, we have submitted our budget, with minimal changes from last year. I think our computer leaves decreased by about half, close to it. Because our leases were up, so we got new computers in November. And, we have requested a slight increase in our association dues and meetings line to help us attend our meetings. All of our associations meet quarterly in addition to there being an annual meeting and a national meeting that our agents sometimes participate in. But the cost of participating in those quarterly meetings has increased from $15 to $20. So everything has gone up. Kelly should have received an increase in her salary last year with last year's budget, but with the state budget situation, she's not actually received her salary increase. She completed a, title promotion, which is just an internal, process, and increased her salary by 4%. Is that right, BJ? Yeah, 4% overall. It will be retroactive whenever A&T releases those funds.
And you can provide us with an up-to-date matrix of all those salaries and formulas and.
Yes, the supporting documentation with spreadsheet is in there, and it shows the calculations for our benefits and all of those things. I also sent to Renee to add to, our MOA with NC State, which was redone 2.5 years ago. Just a more formal explanation of how our staffing is looking and who's paying what portion. Part of our agent, most of our staff is NC State staff. Kelly is NCA&T staff. You all pay 50% of our salaries and 46% of Kelly's salary. So we haven't increased it up to 50% for whatever reason, and I haven't brought it to their attention. And then with Sarah's position is commercial horticulture. That is part of the 3-county stool, 3-legged stool that we have. Where we house and pay half of her salary here, but she serves Gates, Joanna, and Clemens. And then there's an agent that does consumer horticulture that is housed and paid for by Chowan County, and she serves the 3 counties. And then there's a livestock position that's housed and paid for for Clemens County, and they serve the 3 positions. So I wanted to get that in writing, because it's been in effect for over 31 years. But at the state level, when we got looking, we couldn't find anything that explained how it originated, when it originated, and why it was done like that. So you essentially, you're paying for 1 1/3 agent, but you're receiving the benefit of 1 full agent and 3 part-time agents in Gates County. And that's how that works. So, if you have any questions, do you want to line by line?
Think I'm good, or? It's pretty standard when it comes to
Ours is, there's not any fluff. You know, and we have a very good working relationship with you all, and we appreciate that when there is a need.
We appreciate, I'm gonna ask a question for Dave since he's not here.
Uh-huh.
He wants to know why there's not the door on the walls in here. Is there a reason? Okay, that's, I'm not, yeah.
We had looked at, getting
That's why,
some
I'm not.
panels that would do like some sound,
Uh-huh.
not soundproofing, but would help absorb some of the echo. And we got the carpeting done, and that was a big help,
Yeah.
but it was gonna be like $2,000 per panel.
Gotcha.
And so we just never, and these walls are plastered,
Plaster.
so when you go to hanging stuff on them, you gotta be real careful.
And what you put there's gonna stay there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only reason, yeah. We had looked at doing something similar to what Currituck County has done, where they've got, historic pictures. But most of our pictures come from the newspaper, and they're not a high enough quality that we can blow them up and
And I understand if you had money for that, you would rather put it towards other things, probably.
probably so. But I did send, Mr. Sauer, the information about when the building was built. I knew that it was built by the WPA in 1935 to 1937 because there's a plaque on the front of the building. It was actually completed in 1937, and it was one of several in our region that were done by the WPA, agricultural buildings. Ours is the only one that I know of that is still being used for the original purpose, which I think is great. That we're still being used for that. So yes, that stage was actually used as a stage years ago. And so we did find that picture, and it's not in the newspaper. Sure.
Yeah.
Notice there's also a house over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was before the.
Yes, the railroad.
put in.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, we,
You all performed on that stage?
Yeah, I wanted that taken down and it just hadn't happened in my tenure here, so.
Well, the wall was put up when I was here before for the purpose of using it for storage. And at that time, we didn't have both sides of the
So that was
building.
the stage?
That was a stage.
Yeah.
There was a piano in here for years and
I
years.
just didn't know nothing. Well,
Yeah,
that's cool.
so it was, built as an agriculture building, it's still being used as an agriculture building, nearly 100 years later. And,
Does it still have the flooring?
yeah.
in the stage?
Mhm.
Very similar.
Yeah,
I still remember at 4-H, Miss Cooper, Bill Cooper, mother,
Uh-huh.
teaching us how to bake. And how you
Yeah.
take your knife, and
She was in here.
I still remember that.
I would like to say we still don't have a good kitchen on that right there.
we did appreciate everything that has been done.
Right there.
That is still, has not been done, and, I just feel like a gas stove should be vented.
Yeah.
Never mind the heat that accumulates back there. But beyond that, we would like to have the building painted at one point. The last time it was painted, the interior, we painted it. Maintenance bought the paint, and our staff painted it ourselves. That's why it's
You did well.
not the greatest. We want professional painters.
Yeah.
Lots of, BJ comes from professional painters. She said, ain't doing anything. Nope, I'll answer the phone, I'll handle people coming in, I ain't doing it. But.
I got limits.
I'll go back to this July 1 thing,
Uh-huh,
that I think I heard.
Yeah.
When would it be appropriate to have your district director or whoever the person is that can talk to the board about the process of how a position like this is filled?
anytime you want to have her come, I can request that she come, or I can get, you can give me a few dates.
Because I
can
didn't
send
know
them
if you
to
were
her.
going public with your.
It's not a secret, I've known it, They can't advertise until my last day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I actually had told her about the same time I let you know, and they just can't, their HR rules are.
You have other priorities coming up in life.
I do, they're giving me room to back out, but I'm not backing out.
Do they still provide for a commissioner or two to sit in on the interviews?
Generally, they
And to
do.
hear the presentations that the candidates make with their PowerPoint?
And it is pretty much, from what I've seen, individual to each county. So, if you wanted your full board to be in on the process, or, to be here for the presentations, it could probably be arranged.
It's only good to have at least one.
Usually they have someone make a presentation, about the, that, say they were gonna do a foods program. And do a presentation type, so you actually see them in education mode. And they'll include a little bit about themselves and their qualifications and that work. And then they'll do a round of interview questions with just, a core group of people that,
Which is these changes in leadership don't happen very often, thank goodness. And,
in our area, they don't.
and it'd be important for the board to be aware, be involved and see how the process works. 'Cause it really is an involved exercise.
My experience was that the county manager, both here and in Hertford County, sat in and helped me on. I know when I interviewed for the position, they had a number of our advisory leadership, members who sat in, and those were farmers or, people on the programming committee. But I don't remember a commissioner being on that board.
It wasn't a
Correct.
commissioner when, you interviewed.
I didn't think there was, and there
It
was
was
just
just the county manager at that time.
but
As
I
the
think
county
it would
manager,
certainly
in
be,
both of those.
and
And like,
that you could request.
I'm leaving also at the first of next year. And they
I
typically,
don't know what you do. Conspiracy.
Like, I told these two, they can't leave us. Well, it's 6 months.
We had planned to go out together, but then the grandbaby came along and I said, okay, see ya.
but unless you request it, like for my position and agent positions, I don't think they typically, unless you want to, they don't bring
Yeah,
anybody.
it's not just for the director.
Yeah, just for the director.
But she can certainly, I can ask her to come and sit in and talk with you and the chairman. When she did that
Just
area.
explain to the board how it works, and because it never hurts to refresh everyone's understanding of our relationship with A&T and NC State, because it really is a complicated.
And not all counties have both universities contributing. There are a number of us in the Northeast District, but, Hertford County does, Bertie County does, Martin does. Mhm,
That got done.
they had 3, because they still had FNet and small farms. Their 4-H changed.
There's only a few in the state.
But the other counties in the district don't have that dual, and it is important. It is very important to understand how that works.
Ms. Ellen, are you still planning on, being on the governor's service governor's volunteer?
I am not, I am not.
Give that up, okay.
And that is something that the commissioners can appoint somebody else.
Okay.
Or they can say they want it to stay with extension and the next county director that comes in would
That's a good question.
be on. Mhm.
Times are changing.
They are changing, yeah.
No, that's good. I just. You come. So, yeah, you can come. I was trying to wait to it, but you can come in. That's the.
And notice our proud board of livestock kids. Livestock show is in April, for the grant this year, the badge show for the Incheon show. Just saying, but, Gates County has 21 kids showing. in the region. Yes. The 20, hold up, it's always the last Wednesday of April.
Renee, put it on the web, on the.
Yeah. 28th, I'll give you a book out.
Okay.
28th of this.
The 28th is, the morning is weigh in and then goes, special needs show and then the goats, right? And then, yeah, and then the pigs, the steers are on Wednesday and the sale is Wednesday night.
And where's that gonna be?
In Elizabeth City, at the, agriculture building on Grove Street, or Grove Lane. Sun Grove. It's out where Jeffrey's Florist is, on that side of town.
Everything, if you have a lot of stuff, so bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going in on 17,